Question 351. You need to back into a warehouse, but you're not in a position to use driver side backing. What should you do? Answers: A. Go around the block until you can return in the right position. B. Refuse to enter. C. Back in anyway. D. Ask to go in forwards. The correct answer is A. Explanation: if you have to drive round the block, do so. Driver side backing is such an advantage that it's worth making the extra effort. Question 352. You must cross a deep, wide puddle. What should you do? Answers: A. Start slowly and speed up gradually as you cross. B. Speed up to get through as quickly as possible. C. Apply the brakes gently all the way through. D. Start fast and gradually slow down as you cross. The correct answer is C. Explanation: when crossing standing water, mud, stones and other debris can build up on your brake drums or discs. If you squeeze the brakes gently as you cross, you will stop this debris from getting in. Question 353. When someone is helping you to back up, what's the most important hand sign you should agree on? Answers: A. Stop. B. Turn left. C. Keep backing. D. Go forward. The correct answer is A. Explanation: it is vital that your helper can get you to stop instantly in case of problems. Agree on a clear and unambiguous hand signal for this. Question 354. When the roads get wet, you should adjust your speed by at least. Answers: A. 5 miles per hour. B. 1/3. C. 7 miles per hour. D. 1/8. The correct answer is B. Explanation: wet conditions demand that you cut your speed by at least 1/3. Any additional adverse conditions, poor visibility, deep standing water, etc., should make you cut your speed further still. Question 355. You have a cargo that only fills 1/3 of the length of your trailer. Where should it be placed? Answers: A. As near to your cab as possible. B. Centered and spread in the middle of the trailer. C. Any of the above. D. Spread as near the tailgate as possible. The correct answer is B. Explanation: the safest, most balanced place for any cargo is in the center of the trailer, though you still want to be aware of spreading the load and avoiding top heaviness. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 356. Your total stopping distance consists of? Answers: A. Reaction distance and braking distance. B. Perception distance plus reaction distance plus braking distance. C. Perception distance and braking distance. D. Perception distance and reaction distance. The correct answer is B. Explanation: your total stopping distance is the distance it takes to notice a hazard, to take action, and to come to a stop. Make sure you allow enough space for all three. Question 357. Which of these will make you drive more safely under the influence of alcohol? Answers: A. None of the above. B. Taking a cold shower after drinking. C. Drinking plenty of coffee after drinking alcohol. D. Having a soft drink in between every drink of alcohol. The correct answer is A. Explanation: there is nothing you can do to stop alcohol affecting you. Just don't drink while you're driving. Question 358. You've made all your checks at a railroad crossing and it's safe to proceed. What's the last thing you must check? Answers: A. That you're in the right gear. B. That you're going fast enough. C. That there is no oncoming traffic. D. That traffic conditions allow you to fully clear the tracks. The correct answer is D. Explanation: it is absolutely vital that you have enough room and time, at least 14 seconds, to clear the crossing. Don't assume that vehicles in front will safely leave you space. If you don't leave enough room and a vehicle in front has an accident or a breakdown, you might be left stranded on the crossing. Question 359. Which of these will not adversely affect your driving as you are on the road? Answers: A. Smoking. B. Eating a sandwich. C. Listening to the radio. D. Drinking coffee. The correct answer is C. Explanation: any activity that uses your hands should be avoided while driving. Listening to the radio, on the other hand, can help you stay alert. Question 360. Which of these is not a warning sign of fatigue? Answers: A. Trouble keeping your head up. B. Hot and cold flashes. C. Feeling irritable. D. Yawning repeatedly. The correct answer is B. Explanation: almost all humans experience the same symptoms when we get too fatigued, though adults are better at controlling our feelings. If you're experiencing hot and cold flashes, you may be coming down with a cold or flu and need a longer rest. Question 361. Which of these is not essential regarding fuel tanks on inspection? Answers: A. No leaks. B. Full to the top. C. Fuel lines in good condition. D. Caps present and secure. The correct answer is B. Explanation: leaking fuel is one of the biggest dangers for any vehicle. Make sure there is no chance of it happening once underway. You should have enough fuel, but not be overfilled. Question 362. Why should you keep a special alert for tourists? Answers: A. Because they aren't as smart as locals. B. Because they are bound to be tired. C. Because those unfamiliar with the area can be hazardous. D. Because they won't know local traffic stations and news. The correct answer is C. Explanation: tourists will often slow down, unsure of where to turn, make sudden and unpredictable maneuvers. Watch out for heavily laden vehicles and out-of-state plates and take extra care with them. Question 363. Which is the only thing which would not make you reject a vehicle until rectified? Answers: A. Faulty flashers. B. Faulty headlights. C. Faulty windshield wipers. D. Faulty air conditioning. The correct answer is D. Explanation: though air conditioning is desirable, it is not compulsory. You should never drive with faulty headlights, flashers, or windshield wipers. Question 364. When the temperature drops, which of these surfaces would you expect to ice up first? Answers: A. Bridges. B. Off-ramps. C. Parking lots. D. Underpasses. The correct answer is A. Explanation: because bridges don't benefit from ground heat beneath them, they are often the first part of the road to ice up. Question 365. Why should you check the traffic on either side and in back of you in your mirrors regularly? Answers: A. So you know where there is space to go in an emergency. B. So you can block them if they try to overtake. C. So you can assess your own speed. D. So you can move out of their way if they want to get past. The correct answer is A. Explanation: always be aware of the space surrounding you and know where you can go should an emergency arise. Question 366. When should you consider not hauling the maximum legal load for your vehicle? Answers: A. When you need to save fuel. B. When you need to get the trip done faster. C. If you think the vehicle can't cope with it. D. When traveling in bad weather or through mountainous regions. The correct answer is D. Explanation: the heavier the load, the longer your stopping distance will be, so in potentially hazardous situations, consider lightening the load. If you feel your vehicle couldn't cope with the maximum load, you shouldn't be using it at all. Question 367. Which of these should you look out for when inspecting brakes? Answers: A. Shoes dangerously thin, missing or broken. B. Shoes or pads with oil, grease, or brake fluid on them. C. Cracked drums. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Explanation: any of these defects could compromise the efficiency and safety of your braking. Refuse to take the vehicle out until the defects are remedied. Question 368. When you test the brakes at 5 miles per hour, which of these might indicate problems? Answers: A. Pulling to one side or the other. B. Scraping noises from pads. C. Delayed response between pedal and brakes. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Explanation: if you suspect anything at all is out of the ordinary with the brakes, investigate it thoroughly. Question 369. You've delivered your load and are heading home on the same route with an empty trailer. What must you be aware of? Answers: A. The sun will be in a different position. B. Your vehicle height will now be greater. C. Speed cameras will be pointing in a different direction. D. The winds will be coming from a different point. The correct answer is B. Explanation: with an unladen trailer, your vehicle height may be significantly higher. You may not be able to make clearances that you made on your outward journey. Question 370. Which of these groups are not entitled to drive a commercial vehicle without a federal medical examiner's certificate? Answers: A. Emergency equipment operators. B. Military vehicle operators. C. Persons working for their own business. D. Farm equipment operators. The correct answer is C. Explanation: unless you have one of the exemptions mentioned, you must have a federal medical examiner's certificate. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 371. Which two things are most important for you to be constantly monitoring? Answers: A. Traffic and weather. B. Time and schedule. C. Police and speed cameras. D. Route and drive-ins. The correct answer is A. Explanation: other vehicles and weather are the two things most likely things to cause you problems. Monitor them constantly. Question 372. What will be your total stopping distance on dry pavement at 55 miles per hour? Answers: A. At least 236 feet. B. At least 300 feet. C. At least 350 feet. D. At least 419 feet. The correct answer is D. Explanation: your total stopping distance at 55 miles per hour in ideal conditions will be a minimum of 419 feet, 142 feet of perception distance, 61 feet of reaction distance, and 216 feet of braking distance combined. Question 373. Who is responsible for the proper securing and balancing of cargo? Answers: A. The owner. B. The shipper. C. The loader. D. The driver. The correct answer is D. Explanation: once you're out on the road, all responsibility for your load being safe is your own. If you're stopped, it's no good complaining it was given to you like that. This is why it's essential that you check your load personally and insist on it being rearranged if necessary. Question 374. Which of these conditions is likely to start a tire fire? Answers: A. Underinflated tires and dual tires touching. B. Driving over the speed limit. C. Excessive braking. D. Different makes of tires on different wheels. The correct answer is A. Explanation: underinflated tires can easily overheat and catch on fire, and dual tires rubbing against each other create friction which can quickly lead to flames. Question 375. Why should you always put the starter key in your pocket during pre-trip inspection? Answers: A. To prevent the vehicle being stolen. B. To ensure nobody else can start the vehicle and put you in danger. C. To make sure the key never gets lost. D. To make sure you can move the vehicle quickly if required. The correct answer is B. Explanation: Before going behind or getting underneath the vehicle, you need to be certain that nobody who doesn't know you're there can start the vehicle. Question 376. Which of these three emergency items is it compulsory to carry? Answers: A. First aid kit, fire extinguisher, warning triangles. B. Fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, warning triangles. C. Snow shovel, first aid kit, flares. D. Flares, warning triangles, first aid kit. The correct answer is B. Explanation: while the other items mentioned in this question are desirable, the only things you are obliged to carry are a fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, assuming your vehicle doesn't have automatic trip switches, and warning triangles. Question 377. Which of these objects can you safely drive over rather than avoid? Answers: A. Cardboard boxes. B. Paper sacks. C. Plastic containers. D. None of the above. The correct answer is D. Explanation: you have no way of knowing what may be inside any sort of container you see on the highway. Innocent-looking paper sacks can contain something large, heavy, or sharp enough to do your vehicle severe damage. Always steer around debris when it is safe to do so. Question 378. When should you be particularly alert for tailgating drivers? Answers: A. In bad weather. B. In the city. C. On the freeway. D. When crossing a bridge. The correct answer is A. Explanation: in bad weather, many car drivers will try to get as close as possible to use you as a shield. Be aware of their presence and be additionally cautious and gradual with your braking. Question 379. Which of these drinks contains the most alcohol? Answers: A. 1.5-ounce shot of 80-proof liquor. B. 5-ounce glass of 12% wine. C. 12-ounce glass of 5% beer. D. They all contain the same amount. The correct answer is D. Explanation: some people think a glass of beer is safer than a shot of whiskey, but in fact, they will contain an equal amount of alcohol and will impair your driving just as badly. Question 380. When should you use your emergency flashers instead of your brake lights to warn drivers behind that you are slowing down? Answers: A. At night time. B. When you are driving very slowly. C. When visibility is poor. D. When driving in the city. The correct answer is B. Explanation: in normal driving, your brake lights are the best way of alerting other road users that you're going to slow down. If you're going very slowly and touching your brakes might bring you to a stop, turn on your four-way flashers as an alert. Question 381. When you check the wheel bearing seals, what are you looking for? Answers: A. Discoloration. B. Gasoline. C. Dirt. D. Leaks. The correct answer is D. Explanation: leaking wheel bearing seals could ultimately lead to catastrophic failures. Don't accept them. Question 382. When should you be particularly careful about high winds? Answers: A. On an open plain. B. When driving next to the sea. C. When emerging from a tunnel. D. Driving through mountains. The correct answer is C. Explanation: in all these scenarios, you may encounter high winds. However, you must be especially careful when exiting a tunnel, as you will experience sudden buffets as you move from shelter to the open road. Question 383. You're driving through the night. Around midnight, which of these should you be particularly vigilant for? Answers: A. Bored police officers. B. Nocturnal animals on the highway. C. Drunk tired drivers. D. Regulations which change at midnight. The correct answer is C. Explanation: drivers who are on the road around midnight are most likely extremely tired and possibly over the alcohol limit. Be very aware of them, allow them plenty of space, and be particularly alert when passing the exits to taverns and diners. Question 384. Why should you conduct a post-trip inspection report? Answers: A. To prove you finished your trip. B. You shouldn't. C. So you can't be blamed for any subsequent damage. D. To alert someone to any safety problems and needed repairs. The correct answer is D. Explanation: if there is an issue, you need to let the owner and next driver know about it so that it can be rectified, particularly any safety issues. Question 385. If you see a hazard ahead, what should your first action be? Answers: A. Call emergency services. B. Make a contingency plan. C. Disregard it until closer. D. Come to a complete halt when safe to do so. The correct answer is B. Explanation: a hazard is not an emergency. However, you should be prepared to act should the situation develop. Knowing what you're going to do, avoiding action, braking, etc., is the best way of keeping it from becoming an emergency. Question 386. How many beers can you safely drink when stopping on a trip? Answers: A. It depends on your weight. B. 1. C. None. D. 2. The correct answer is C. Explanation: never drink while driving. Even if you don't go over the limit, if you are tested and found to have alcohol in your blood, you will be taken out of service for 24 hours. Question 387. Which of the following is recommended for safe descent from the Siskiyou Pass? Answers: A. Check your brakes before you begin traveling the downgrade. B. Watch for snow, black ice, and other dangerous weather October to April. C. All of the above. D. Make sure that your lights are working before starting. The correct answer is C. Explanation: Respect the Pass is a program to encourage people to take the correct safety precautions when going through the Siskiyou Pass, one of the most dangerous stretches on Interstate 5. Do everything mentioned and all the other safety items mentioned in the manual. Question 388. What's the best procedure for taking a curve? Answers: A. Slow to a safe speed for your vehicle to take the curve. B. Enter the curve at a low speed because you do not need to accelerate. C. Take the curve at whatever speed you were approaching it. D. Brake during the curve as needed. The correct answer is A. Explanation: slowing down for a curve ensures that you can stick to your side of the road and smoothly follow the curve without dangerously braking during the curve. Once past the apex, you can start to build your speed again by accelerating slightly. Question 389. Your spare tire must be? Answers: A. The same size as your other tires. B. All of the above. C. The same pressure as your other tires. D. In as good condition as your other tires. The correct answer is B. Explanation: it's easy to neglect checking on the spare tire. If you're stuck out on the road with a puncture, it's essential that it is of the same size, pressure, and quality as the tire it replaces. Question 390. How long do you have until to deploy your warning devices if you have stopped on a road or shoulder? Answers: A. 5 minutes. B. 15 minutes. C. 10 minutes. D. 20 minutes. The correct answer is C. Explanation: you should deploy your warning devices, such as triangles, within 10 minutes of stopping. This is the maximum, so you should do so as soon as possible. CDL test. Master your CDL exam in no time. Download now. Question 391. What is the best time to schedule a trip? Answers: A. For the middle of the night, when there's no traffic. B. Whenever fits in with your social life. C. For the hours that you would normally be awake. D. For the middle of the day, when you have the most light. The correct answer is C. Explanation: it's always best to drive at a time you would normally be awake. If you do a lot of night work, try to change your sleeping pattern off duty so that you sleep during the day. You stand the best chance of being alert if you work to your natural rhythms. Question 392. Which of these should you do inside your vehicle during your pre-trip inspection? Answers: A. Check all your required papers, such as trip manifests and permits. B. Secure all loose articles in the cab of your vehicle. C. Check your safety belt. D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Explanation: at the end of step 6 of your 7-step pre-trip inspection, you should get inside your vehicle and do all of the listed options for your safety. Check your safety belt, organize your trip papers, secure loose articles, and turn off any unnecessary lights. Question 393. If you are driving toward a traffic light that has been green for a long amount of time, what should you do? Answers: A. Speed up. B. Start to slow down and be ready to stop. C. Maintain your current speed. D. Brake as quickly as possible. The correct answer is B. Explanation: always consider that if the light is green as you approach it, it is likely to change before you get there. Be ready to stop and certainly don't speed up, or you may find yourself running a red light. Question 394. How should you hold your steering wheel? Answers: A. Lightly with at least one hand. B. Firmly with both hands. C. Firmly with at least one hand. D. Lightly with both hands. The correct answer is B. Explanation: in normal situations, you should grip the steering wheel firmly with both hands. This gives you the best chance of maintaining your course should you hit an obstacle, e.g. a pothole. If you have to take a hand from the wheel for any reason, return it as quickly as possible. Question 395. What is the gross combination weight? Answers: A. The weight of the cargo plus vehicle. B. The weight of the vehicle, trailer, and cargo. C. The weight of your vehicle plus trailer. D. The weight of the trailer plus cargo. The correct answer is B. Explanation: the GCW refers to the weight of your vehicle, trailer and cargo combined. Make sure you know what it is and use that knowledge. For example, if a bridge has a 5-ton limit, that's referring to your GCW, not your unladen weight. Question 396. Which of these types of fire should you not attempt to extinguish with water? Answers: A. Paper. B. Wood. C. Electrical. D. Tire. The correct answer is C. Explanation: never attempt to extinguish an electrical fire with water. If a stream of water is in simultaneous contact with the fire and an extinguisher bucket that you are holding, you could receive a fatal shock. Question 397. What is the punishment for using a commercial vehicle for a felony involving the transportation of controlled substances, drugs? Answers: A. Lifetime disqualification. B. Years ban. C. $1,000 fine. D. 6-month ban. The correct answer is A. Explanation: if you are convicted of using a commercial vehicle for a felony involving the transportation of drugs, you will never be allowed to hold a CDL again. This is in addition to all other legal and civil sanctions you will face. Question 398. You normally do controlled braking, but suddenly find you have to make a significant steering adjustment. What should you do? Answers: A. Release the brakes during your maneuver. B. Keep braking, but change up gear. C. Brake harder as you steer. D. Keep braking, but change down gear. The correct answer is A. Explanation: steering while braking is inadvisable as it will put strain on your wheels. Release the brakes, make your steering adjustment and then reapply. Question 399. What is the maximum height permissible for any vehicle on the highway? Answers: A. 16 feet 6 inches. B. 12 feet. C. 15 feet. D. 13 feet 6 inches. The correct answer is D. Explanation: no commercial vehicle may exceed 13.6, measured from the bottom of the tire to the highest point of the vehicle. This includes any load. Question 400. What is the maximum distance you can see with high beams in a dark area? Answers: A. 1,000 feet. B. 800 feet. C. 300 feet. D. 500 feet. The correct answer is D. Explanation: in the dark, your high beams will allow you to see around 500 feet. Modify your driving to allow for this.